Well, good morning, and this is a pleasure to be here at Wallace State Community College. Dr. Halsey, all the kind people that I've already met, all of you, thank you for allowing me to come and really talk about something that's so important, because it is so exciting for me to put plans together when you come into office and to see the results of those plans. Because, you know, we politicians do a lot of talking. You know that. But what we like to see are some real results. When I came into office in 2011, I had been campaigning for 18 months before that time. And I noticed that everyone across the state had an economic development team. You know, we were actually doing a fairly good job at that time, but there was not as much organizational structure as I really wanted to see as far as the state was concerned in trying to create jobs. So I created what was called Alabama Economic Development Alliance. And we worked with two-year college systems. We worked with our marketing partners and with AIDT and ADO, which is now the Department of Commerce. We worked with everyone, and everyone knew what their role was in economic development in the state. Out of that alliance that we created a 5-year plan for this state, and we call that Accelerate Alabama. Now, I know all these things sound good, but it concentrates basically on 11 industries, manufacturing industries, that we're trying to bring into Alabama. And of course, you know that just recently we announced Airbus down in Mobile, which is very significant. That was one of the 11 industries that we did not have in this state, and we worked very hard over the last 18 months to recruit the commercial side of that, and we were able to get them to come to Mobile. But out of Accelerate Alabama, there are three categories that we look at. Number one is the recruitment of industry. And these major industries that we're able to announce, I mean, it's always nice to do that, and it sounds good, and it's very important for the areas where we announce it. But the recruitment of industries into Alabama was number one, but the retention of industries that we have in this state, the jobs that are already here, the companies that are already here, we want to do everything that we can to retain them and to help them through ATN, which is housed here on this campus, and through many other ways that we can help retain jobs that are already here. But the third part today is the best example of the third part of that plan that we have had thus far in the state of Alabama. And that's something that we call renewal. Now, I know renewal is just starts with an R, so it rhymes with the other two. But let me tell you what renewal really means. It really means entrepreneurship and innovation. And it means someone like Lance and his team. They came up with an idea. And that idea was planted, fertilized here on an incubator program. And that product that came out of those ideas now will develop into a company which will hire people. Now that is what we're trying to do. That is the simple way to look at innovation and entrepreneurship. One of the things that we did in the state last year, Senator Busman, Representative Oden, Representative Buttram, they were a strong part of this as far as creating our education appropriations. One of the things that we did, we put $10 million last year into the Innovation Fund. Now, that was cut down some. We didn't have quite that much. We did the same thing this year by putting money, innovation money, into the budget. That's where this innovation needs to go, is to places exactly like this. And we worked now with our Department of Commerce to make sure that they understand that we didn't mean just places like research institutions, but we meant our two-year college systems. And isn't it interesting that the first example of what I've been trying to do for the last 2 years. The first example came from Wallace State.